This is Pod Populi.
Podcast for the people.
Hi, this is Jamie Diaz with Barks to Basics. I will be your host for today. Today I'm going to be explaining a little bit about me so you know the history of me as a dog trainer. I am a certified dog trainer. And then we're going to explain how to pick a dog trainer because I think it's something that a lot of people really don't know how to do. So I started dog training 17 years ago. I was actually watching a show and I saw that somebody said they were going to dog training school. I didn't even know these things existed. Now there are so many of them, so many great ones that I will go over, but I joined one right away, got my certification, and immediately I started my own business, which is called Dynamite Dog Training. I had Dynamite Dog Training for years, and then I decided I needed a home base. So I opened up, fast forward to now, I'm about to open up my 4th training facility. They are all Dynamite Dog Trainings, with one of them being Lucky Dog Training Club here in South Florida. That being said, when I graduated dog training college, I thought I knew everything, and I realized that there is so much to learn. I'm still learning every day, taking different seminars, different workshops all over the country. But I didn't realize how detailed and how much science goes into actually dog training. So one of the things that I really wanted to go over today is how to pick a dog trainer. So if you're having trouble with your dog, you really should look for a certified professional dog trainer. That being said, there are so many dog trainings out there, and there does not have to be any certification. So what does that mean? That means that you can wake up tomorrow and open your own dog training business, and you can collect money from clients and you can give them advice on their pets, and nobody is going to do anything. So there are certain ways that you can avoid this, and I'm going to give you tips on certain things that you really, really should be looking for. It's kind of crazy because we do so much research on everything. I research my Amazon products that I buy. If I go on TikTok, I'm researching the products. Anywhere I get products from, we're reading all the reviews, we're doing the research, we're looking for different kinds of that product that might be better. But when it comes to our dogs, we're sometimes just looking at Google, seeing who has a decent amount of good reviews, and we're hiring that person. Or we're taking a referral from somebody, which is great, but there's so many things that go into it besides just a referral. Though that trainer may not line up with what you need and what your dog needs. So I'm going to go over a couple of things that you want to look for, and also a couple of certifications that I have. So I am certified through the Certification Council of Professional Dog Trainers. So after my name, I have the letters CPDT/KA. So what does that mean? That means that there's a standardized test that's given twice a year for all trainers across the country. This test, you have to have at least 300 hours as a main trainer. And you also have to have somebody sign for you that is already a certified CPDT, is what you say for sure. So your number one thing that you do want to look for in a trainer is that they have the letters CPDT/KA, and there's also a knowledge skills test that comes with that too. But you want to make sure they have that after that, their name. That at the very least, means that these people have gone above and beyond. The test is not cheap. They've gone above and beyond to take the test, and they've also passed the test. Now, having this certification, you do have to have 36 continued education credits every 3 years. So 12 credits a year, but you have to do it. So, or you don't get your certification again after that 3 years. So I have had this certification, I don't even know, probably 14, 15 years now. And it keeps me wanting to learn more, having to learn more, because you do get kind of complacent. I know enough. I can do this on my own, but it really makes you want to learn more about your field. So having this certification, you do have to have those 36 continued education credits. So that's number one, what you should look for. Also, number 2 is the training philosophy. So this is super, super important. So I am a certified force-free trainer. I use only positive reinforcement methods. So what does that mean? That means I'm not using any force or intimidation to get your dog to do anything. I'm not going to suggest a choker, a prong collar, or an electric shock collar for your dog. These things can be very dangerous for your dog and can cause damage psychologically. We will be doing a whole talk on positive reinforcement, not today, but you want to make sure that they are a positive reinforcement trainer, not a balance trainer. A balanced trainer will use the treats, will use the good things until it gets a little bit too hard, and then they're going to use force or intimidation. We can train your dogs to do everything, even aggression, without using force. That being said, the ultimate form of that I look up to, somebody that I look up to would be a veterinary behaviorist in the field. These have not only, people have not only went to veterinary school, they've also done a residency and gotten their behavior part of that to become a certified behaviorist. That being said, there is not one veterinarian behaviorist in the world that will recommend a choker, prong, or shock collar. Why? Well, because science tells you not to. We have so many research studies. I don't even have to get into like a big discussion about it, but the research studies are already out there. They're there in black and white, the damage that these tools do. So you want to make sure whatever trainer you use, they are not using any of these tools. The other thing is experience and specialization. So how much experience do they have? Did they just start training? Do they have years of experience training? And you really want to ask them, what is the last webinar you took? What is that simple question? What is the last workshop, seminar, webinar that you took on dog training? Now, if they cannot answer this question, that's a big red flag for me, because you need to continue your education just because so many things are changing in the field. So ask them, what is the last, who do you look up to? What trainers, professional trainers do you like? I have a list of them. I have a list of books. I have a list of things that I've taken, and I have a list of trainers that I look up to and go to for information and to learn more. So you really want to make sure that simple, easy question when you're talking to somebody about dog training. Now, references and reviews. So I'm really bad about this. I'm really bad. I'm going to be honest. Even when I hire people at my schools to check their references, which is like a big no-no. I know it's something I'm going to work on, but you really need to check references. Ask them for one client's name that would not mind you talking to them. So I know it's like an extra step. It might be a pain, but you're really getting the real deal there. You can ask them questions. How did you do? Now, obviously, we're going to give you somebody that thinks you're phenomenal, but it's still, you're able to get that information, and you'll see if that trainer is willing to give that information. So this happens to us all the time at our schools, and I understand. This is why also we'll give a free day at our schools to anybody that wants to try it, so you actually see what we do before you're spending all of this money. So dog training is not cheap. It's not cheap. So if you're going to make that commitment, you want to make sure that it's with the right person. So the other thing is communication skills. So a lot of people get into dog training because they don't like people. Well, people own the dogs. So people pay the bills. So you have to have great communication skills with people. I have a background in bartending. I'm used to the service industry and talking to people. That's what you do to make your money. So I have very good communication skills with my clients. You want to make sure that you're gelling with somebody and that you're able to communicate. There's nothing worse than spending all this money and being with somebody that is torturous for the whole hour. You want to make sure that you are really gelling with them. You're able to ask them questions. They're open to you asking questions, and that you guys can move forward together with that communication. The other thing with communication is making sure that it's not only in the session that you're getting this information. So if you hire somebody, I have a lot of clients that have fired trainers very quickly because they're not getting that extra that they need. So if you ever do become a dog trainer, you're kind of working not a 9 to 5. I get texts from clients or emails from clients all day and all night. And yes, can I shut it down? Can I not answer them? I can, but especially new puppy owners and dog owners, they need that support. They need somebody to answer them. What do I do? My dog keeps peeing in the crate at night. I can't go on another night. It's the weekend. You need to be able to communicate with your clients, not at any time. Obviously, it has to be some restrictions, but they really need you. You know, imagine, not that we're comparing ourselves to doctors, but if you need to ask an important question to your doctor, there's nothing more annoying than not being able to talk to them for 3 days and having to wait till Monday. So you really want to make sure you're getting the reinforcement that you need from this trainer that you hire. So the other thing is observations. So right now there's videos everywhere of training. I know if you follow my social media at Dynamite Dog Training or at Lucky Dog Training Club, you will see me all over posting videos. So even trainers that we hire, do you have any videos of you training? Can you just video yourself training a dog? Most trainers should have some kind of video that they can send you that you can just observe, or they may have a YouTube channel, or they may have a social media page that you can just look at to see how their training style is, what they're doing. It really does help you choose that trainer. The other thing, obviously, is simple when you're looking for a trainer: location and availability. But since COVID, I know specifically myself, and I do know other trainers, we now do virtual training sessions. So what does that mean? You find a trainer that you love, they live in a different state. Usually they'll do virtual training sessions, which is so convenient, not only for you and for the trainer, but also for issues with the dog. So during COVID, we had to do virtual sessions, so I've pretty much mastered them. I usually tell people, if I can coach you, if I could see you, I can coach you. So that's really the case. The benefit for people that are a little bit wary about virtual sessions is the dog is in their natural state in their environment. So there's not somebody else coming in. Your dog is going to do everything that I want him to do when I come to the house. Why? Because I've practiced this tens of thousands of times. I've seen most every behavior, and I'm able to get success very quickly. But I don't live with you. And you need to, as poor or not of your skill set might be, and a lot of pet owners don't have a great dog training skill set, I need to be able to coach you, or any trainer needs to be able to coach you to be able for you to work with your dog on your own. So the virtual training, what that does is I'm able, the trainer's able to see you, what you're doing, and to give you those little specifics, like you're holding the treat too high. That's why he's jumping up. So those little things all matter. I know people really just want somebody there. I totally understand that as well. But if you do find a trainer that you love and you really want them to be able to coach you and you think that you're going to gel with them, go with those virtual sessions. So cost, obviously, like I said, dog training's not cheap. The cheapest thing when you're picking out a dog trainer, and I'm going to tell you this too, is group classes. And I will also say we provide group classes. I love group classes. Group classes are not going to solve many issues in the beginning, depending on your issues. Why? Because your dog is 4 to 6 feet next to you on a leash, and 90% of the time they are going to listen because they have to. They're right there, right? But what if your dog is now off the leash? He runs outside your house, he's running around in your house, and you're asking him to do the same things that he was doing perfectly in class. They're not mostly going to do them. So I love group classes after you've kind of put in the money for some either one-on-one training or a dog training school or something like that. Use the group classes as reinforcement for yourself to learn these things. So the biggest thing I would say I can take away from how to pick a dog trainer is do your research. Certifications. They're not mandated, but people have them. I have a ton. I'm a canine nose work instructor. I have that certification. I'm part of Victoria Stilwell's Positive Dog Trainers. That's an elite group that I'm part of them. All of these things I have to do continued education credits with. I'm a certified trick dog instructor. There's so many other certifications out there that people may have too that you have to do continued education credits. That's what you want to look for. Otherwise, unfortunately, some trainers are just going by what they've learned on their own. And there's so much more out there. So do your homework. Make sure they have certifications. Get some referrals. And when you need help with your dog, it really will benefit you to contact a professional trainer. It's like any other sport thing, piano lessons, baseball lessons, gymnastics. I mean, all of these things I don't teach my kids. I don't know how to teach them. Dog training can be so easy for you if you just contact a professional. So you can listen to, thank you for joining me. Hopefully this was helpful. You can join, you can find us on Audible, Apple, Spotify, also my YouTube channel, which is at Dynamite Dog Training, and all of the social media as well. But thank you and good luck finding your next dog trainer.